6 years into his presidency, President Obama has defined the doctrine that guides his foreign policy decisions, like making a risky deal with a country like Iran.
We are powerful enough to be able to test these propositions without putting ourselves at risk.
That's interesting.
And that's the thing that sometimes, as I hear these debates going on, people don't seem to understand. We're walking these negotiations and everybody knows that we've got the most firepower, and we're not relinquishing our capacity to defend ourselves or our allies. In that situation, why wouldn't we test it? You asked about an Obama doctrine. The doctrine is we will engage, but we preserve all our capabilities.
In the interview with the New York Times, the president called for the framework, an agreement. He called it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, even if Iran can't be trusted to hold up its end of the deal.
The nuclear deal that we've put together is not based on the idea that somehow the regime changes. It is a good deal even if Iran doesn't change at all. Even for somebody who believes, as I suspect Prime Minister Netanyahu believes, that there's no difference between Rouhani and the supreme leader, and they're all adamantly anti-West and anti-Israel and perennial liars and cheaters. Even if you believed all that, this still would be the right thing to do. Okay, Kimberly, you are uncomfortable with the president's
because
remarks.
It's nonsensical. You know,
you didn't like it.
Yeah, they aren't good comments for a learned, educated man, are they? They don't make any sense to me. I don't think they make sense to anyone unless you're just like a blind supporter of his. Why would you make a deal if it wasn't a good one? Just to say that you did it? Because this is about an ego
Well,
stroke,
he did say, he does say in this interview, Greg, that it is clear that in that Iran will not get a nuclear weapon on his watch,
right,
which is in the next 20 months.
Yeah.
What about the concerns like 10 years from now?
That's not his problem. He's going to be God knows where. But his doctrine, what his doctrine is, legacy, I have 2 years left. That's his doctrine. He's like a vacation gambler, and he has to fly back home the next day, and he's at the Atlantis casino, and he's just throwing the last $500 out there. He's trying to win as much as he can, and what he's counting on is Iran, because that's going to be part of his big take-home. He's got to have something that justifies an otherwise miserable, I guess, foreign policy. And if you look at this agreement, there are more disagreements since the agreement. Dealing with Iran is like engaging a disheveled man on a bus. You go over there, you offer them a sandwich, and then they say, "I want your money," and then they hit you. It's that confrontation. You never win.
You're never going to win it.
No.
Now, there's somebody, Benjamin Netanyahu, who has sort of sparred in the press with President Obama up to now. He spoke on the Sunday shows yesterday saying that he's not convinced this is a good deal.
I trust that the president is doing what he thinks is good for the United States, but I think that we can have a legitimate difference of opinion on this, because I think Iran is shown to be completely distrustful. They're developing ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that are meant for one purpose only, to carry nuclear payloads to a theater near you. They're not intended for us. They already have missiles that reach us. They're developing ICBMs to reach the United States.
One of the things I read today, Jesse, was that twice before, when Israel has acted unilaterally in Syria and in, I can't remember the other place, but twice acted to try to stop nuclear weapons from moving forward. Those programs actually were halted. But our discussions and negotiations with North Korea through the IAEA actually have failed. So would there be a legitimacy for Israel to move forward on its own?
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny that you bring up North Korea. I think it was 1994. Bill Clinton came out and said the exact same things President Obama is saying. He's saying, they want this new capability for energy, and they're going to agree to inspections, and they're going to rejoin the world community. Well, look what happened. The writing's on the wall, and this is what I don't understand. The president has not been honest, about a lot of things, about Obamacare, about transparency, about no smidgen of corruption at the IRS. But all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe everything he says about Iran. Well, you know what? I don't believe it, I also, when he says, they crossed the red line in Syria and I'm going to do something, well, he didn't do anything. And then he's traded these You know, he got these deserters out of Gitmo for, you know, or got the Taliban guys out for a deserter, and all of a sudden we're supposed to trust his deal-making skills with Iran? I mean, and he misses ISIS. And all of a sudden, he's going to say, "Oh yeah, but I'm all over the Iranian nuclear program."
I have a feeling you could go on and on.
He's given us no evidence that he's on top of this at all.
You really, I mean, really, if we had an hour, you could probably just keep going because there's so many examples. Juan, let me ask you about the American hostages that are being held in Iran. Do you think that the administration dropped the ball in this deal making, not getting those 4 individuals out?
No, but John Kerry said that he raised this at every meeting.
Right, so we're totally ineffective?
No, but this is not, you know, you guys are all over the map here.
No, we're
Jesse,
not.
I like Jesse going on and on. Jesse has every flaw, everything he doesn't like about Obama. Go, Jesse, go.
Yeah.
But I must say, it's not what we're trying to do here is to prevent Iran from getting nuclear weapons.
Okay.
That's the deal. And I must say, I hope that Republicans are willing to listen. I see that the Wall Street Journal at least said this is a useful framework. I see Bob Corker, the senator, Republican, head of the Foreign Relations Committee. He says, you know, there's some good stuff in here. I think lots of people are saying this is more than we expected to ever get out of the Iranians.
Well, we had that
and then the contrary response comes from Bibi Netanyahu saying they're going to attack the United States. That guy's going ballistic now.
No, he's not going ballistic. Actually,
Holy
we let the Iranians keep all of their ballistic missiles. Funny that you mentioned ballistic.
Yeah, he's going ballistic.
What's the underground bunker beneath the mountain buried with 1,000 spinning centrifuges?
Yeah, and why was it
with
built?
No spot-on inspections.
Yeah, and why was it built?
We're allowing them to keep that?
No, you're not allowed. You're allowing them to keep the facility, but not to keep it
So what
armed.
are they doing in that facility? Isotopes?
Medical
isotopes?
Remember, they built that out of fear of Israel coming or the United States coming.
Yeah, they built it. We didn't even know about it until a few years ago.
Oh, we know about it.
So all of a sudden it's okay. After that was one of our preconditions.
You know, you guys forget. You know, you forget the Barack Obama administration is the ones who did Stuxnet, who was undermining the Iranians. We have been all over the Iranians, and now we have a deal with the Iranians. But you're so angry at Obama, you don't even want to acknowledge.
They got 75% of their centrifuges under the Obama administration.
We're angry about
now all of a sudden he's going back and saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to cut it out."
That's why we should stop it. You want to blame Obama or you want to stop the
No, I'm saying it all happened under his watch, and now he wants to pat himself on the back.
The funny thing is, you talk about how we got the deal. The diplomatic framework is based on a nuclear threat. The reason why the deal is happening is because they were building nuclear bombs.
Right.
So the lesson we're teaching the world is if you start building nukes, we will come to the table. A better strategy is to treat it like a sandcastle, and you walk over, you wait till it's almost done, and then you kick it over.
Which was my point about Israel acting unilaterally. Thank you for bringing that to a close. All right, another 2016 contender is about to launch.